Okay, hello and welcome, Darren, in Madison, Wisconsin. So happy to be chatting with you. We are welcoming you to the Global Walkability Correspondence Network as a Wisconsin correspondent. So that's wonderful. Thank you for joining. And we're here today to do a city rating with you. So we're going to do a city walkability rating for Madison, correct?
Yes.
Are you ready? I will let you choose. So our rating scores are 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 the highest, and we do walkability, cycle friendliness, and public transit. And I will let you decide what you want to start with.
I think we can, we'll start the easy one. We'll do walkability.
Okay, go for it.
I think for Madison, the walkability score would probably be about a 5. I think there's opportunities for improvement, and it depends on the neighborhood. Some areas are extremely walkable, um, and really qualify as that 15-minute city concept. And other areas, you do need an automobile to get around.
Okay, so that's a good average out. Okay, and what would you like to see improved in those areas? Uh, they're just
I,
typical car-centric suburbs, basically.
There are. So I think, not every area is going to be able to have the land use that allows it to be able to meet all of your needs. So I think it's going to be a combination of getting into, active transportation, and making that a safe means if it's not completely walkable, as well as improving the public transportation system in Madison.
Okay, and I know you just recently joined the Madison Transportation Commission.
That is correct.
That's great, and you'll be advocating for more active mobility there. So we look forward to hearing more about that, as well as I know you do work often in smaller towns and rural areas as well. So it'll be really interesting to have your voice in the network, also advocating for active mobility in these smaller town areas. So okay, let's back to the rating. Which do you want to do next? Public transit or cycle friendliness?
We'll do public transit.
Okay.
And I would say in Madison, they're actually undergoing a network redesign right now, as well as trying to introduce a bus rapid transit system. So, with that, I would give the transit as it runs currently a 3. I've experienced the shortcomings of the public transit here in Madison. I'm looking forward to after the network redesign, if the plans are implemented as they've proposed right now, they're open for public comment. Probably a 6. They're trying to make sure that every citizen in Madison is in closer proximity to a more frequent bus route. I think that's one of the struggles that Madison has right now. Um, they designed their system for peak ride times, and it really leaves you struggling on the off-peak ride times if you want a frequent bus to get places, or even a bus to get somewhere at all.
Okay. Right. Yeah, that's a common challenge in a lot of places. All right. So yeah, that'll be really interesting to hear about that development as well. I like that with the hopeful to a 3 now, but hopeful to a 6 after the redesign. Okay, so we'll round off on cycle friendliness.
Yes, cycle friendliness. I think, this is one of the strengths of Madison. They really, when I arrived here 7 years ago, I saw the emphasis they've put on cycles. There's a great trail network around the city, and paths to get there. I think that, so with that, I would say, our cycle friendliness is probably a 6 or a 7. Maybe you'll give it a 6.5. Um, I think where the opportunity lies for Madison is using understanding that bicycles could be a means of active transportation and should have priority on the roads. We have bicycle lanes, but they're just painted lanes, and Madison drivers aren't willing to always yield to painted lanes. And so I think, if we want more cyclists to use the bicycles for everyday errands, and part of everyday life, we're going to need more protected bike lanes. And already I've seen some instances of Madison doing that, in some of smaller projects as they're trying to make the city engineers and the residents more comfortable to this, they've been employing these tactics. So another area where I'm hopeful, and it's a great foundation and can only get better.
Okay, that's fantastic. I so welcome you to the network. You have a very well-rounded perspective on all the dimensions of sustainable mobility, and it's going to be really interesting to hear more about Wisconsin via your participation. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Looking forward to it.